Hello, hello, podcast friends and superstars. Here we are. My name is Robert Mulch, and this is my first podcast, Robert's World of Wisdom, which I've been creating few years in my mind. What to do something special on that media media platforms to share with you, and I decided to start with interviews with the people, special people with unique stories and all journey which they went through and all wisdom which they share. And today it's my big pleasure to have one really special guest with me, the first guest. That's why we've been waiting for a while because she rocking at the moment on her journey, and she is the person who learned so much in her life with her stories, and she discovered her mind GPS, how to lead herself first, and then when she mastered those things, she decided to share with us. And today we can listen her Amie, which is also author of the first book, Mind GPS, to share a little bit more knowledge with us. And here we are. Let's say big welcome to our special guest, Amie. Amie,
Uh,
welcome.
Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for having me here, and hello to all the listeners. I'm very honored to be here with you and everyone. Thank you for inviting me. And I know this has been a while, and thank you for having me, the first one, to. And I feel special. Thank you so much. And we're going to share lots to the listeners today.
Yes, totally agree. Because when we met each other first time, we found each other very quick that we have similar mindset about mind GPS and intuition, which go similar together. Correct?
Yes, it's all correct.
Yeah, and then after a while, I said that girl has something similar like me. How we can connect? And then when I start to researching what to do, it came to my mind, let's do something special. And then when we met, we say, okay, let's do some podcast. And then here we are.
Yes, it's
Amie,
been a while. Hey.
yeah, it was. And that is why it's today really a big pleasure to have you. And thank you to giving us time, because all who we know you, how busy you are with really quality busy time, not just busy to be busy, but with the quality with your journey which you're going at the moment, and people they're really hungry with that your knowledge wisdom which you sharing with us.
Thank you for having me here.
Amy, my first question can be, can you share a moment in your life when you felt lost and how you found your direction again?
Ah, remembering that, Robert, it was lost after in life because I went through a really lowest point of my moment in my life, in bankruptcy. It's business, but it was losing myself. And throughout that, I actually searching my way back. And I came to Australia in 2018 and wanting to build my life again. So since that, in 2019, I've been within a year of just working and working. I realized that actually I've been losing myself in my life for whole
Mm.
my life. Because throughout every journey that I went through, I've been in workplace, in school, doing something that I did not really like, but I have to do because I have to follow what I need to do. So that is the moment really after that bankruptcy. Actually, that bankruptcy point is where I was finding myself again. We will never be lost because it's only way to be found. And that's why I found myself again. And that's where the lowest point of moment in my life, the bankruptcy, is actually the turning point of finding myself again.
That's amazing to hear. And yeah, and now you have that magic power to share with us how to find ourselves, people who they still searching themselves, correct?
Yes, I can talk a lot about this. And
Uh,
I guess this world today, as we all see, there's a lot of distraction, things. We are
mm,
disconnecting with our true self. And this is where I talk a lot about, or I teach in Mind GPS, how to reconnect to ourself, to our true pathway, so we can live and thriving in life, not just surviving, going to the job that we like just have to do because of money's sake, being with someone because you just want to please them, or doing something that you're not enjoying. So it's all about finding yourself back. It's not finding, it's actually remembering who you are.
mm,
So that's really about it. Remembering that path. So that is all about the Mind GPS, how you can come back to that direction to live your true vision and live your true direction, so you can thrive at the best version of yourself and best life. And that's where how it will connect and relate to mind body connection, because when we are not happy or we just forcing ourselves internally, that's where our body start to breaks.
mm, and giving us signs that something is not okay.
Yes.
And what did you find out that Mind GPS means to you?
So my GPS means to me, it's like I said, is my true self. It's my personal core being, my personal roadmap.
Mm,
It's my internal system that is actually guiding me in this life. So, because everyone have the GPS, either
mm,
they listen to it or not listen to it. It's all in you. You don't need to find and search out there. Because I even lost myself because I've been looking so much at the external, but not in the internal. So that is where you can start to find yourself again. And that is where I found my GPS, like my mind GPS, because it directs you to where you are going and what you are doing in this life.
yeah, very well said. What example, how can someone know when they are off track in life? How you can explain to our audience?
Um, you know, in simpler, everyone knows themselves, right? Because we cannot tell for someone else if they lost themselves. We can see if they lost, but the mainly is sometimes even people look fine, they think they are fine, but sometimes it's not about, it's losing in the inside. Even the richest people is losing themselves out. So it's
Mm,
all about coming back to yourself, to your presence, um, how you are living, truly being yourself. So basically, you ask yourself, like, am I living my true self, or am I living at someone else's life? Am I living my direction, or am I living someone else told me to be in that direction or to be in that life, or you're just doing it because you want to please someone. It's really, you know yourself. Like for me, I know myself. I have to learn, and I have big learning lesson. That's where I'm sharing a lot, because I haven't been listening to that mind GPS, because it was distracted a lot by the outside, and people told you, and the world these days tells you to perform, tells you to show the perfection, like all those things. But it's you not becoming your authentic true self. So back to your question, is about, you ask yourself, are you living in your true direction and true self, or no? So the question
Mm.
for people to know if they are lost or not is just they know themselves. Because sometimes people can see different way. The only person that knows what's right or what's wrong is the only person that is yourself.
So true, so true. Thank you to sharing with us to remind us that everything is in us. The question is, are we awake enough to listen that sound and feelings? Amie, you talk about the mind as a GPS. What are the signs or signals it gives us when we are giving the wrong way?
So it's a signal that again, it's all coming back to yourself. It's never right or wrong. It's just trusting that voice. And sometimes even your body tells you that, for example, you're doing too much. Your body tells you that you need a break, you need a rest. So it's really listen to what it tells you, because that voice is very subtle. So this is where you really want to listen. There's no right or wrong. It's just a journey that we are going through. But it's you knowing whether it's contracting you or it expands you. Even though that's
Mm,
scary, but it still expands you, and you feel like it's opening you up. Because that feeling will tells you either you expand to be the next version, because that is the growth start to comes in, right? Because we think the body tells you like, oh no, don't do it, but it's actually expansion. But really, when you feel off from the feeling, from the body, from you think, oh, this is not who you are, then it's the answer.
yeah, yeah. How does intuition play a role in your concept of mind GPS?
It's play a big role, because I've been asking myself, what's its intuition? I don't know what intuition is, right? Like some people know, some people doesn't know. How does that, like, what's intuition? Because it's something you cannot see. And I remember I listened to one music that says, listen to your heart. And that
Mm,
music is, that lyrics just tell me that my heart has been telling me so many things. My soul has been telling me many things before, but because my mind really become like protective and wanting to protect me to be safe, and that logical analytical mind says, "Oh no, 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 don't go that way." They'll be like, people will, that's not the wrong way. People will judge you. Don't do it. So I really listen to my heart and my soul that tells that feeling of like, this is right for me, maybe not right for everyone else, but I just go with what I am feeling. So that is really intuition. I am learning that is a very big role for me, because that's one of my GPS, because I don't listen to the outside, even though yes, for something that we will listen for great feedback, because we cannot ignore everything out, but we have to use our discernment through our feeling the right thing. then you start to follow it, right? So that is having a balance, but also knowing from your heart this is the right pathway, right things to do, right person to be with, right job to be at. And you have to see from not only the eyes, but feeling is this right thing for you.
Yeah, very deep or think about that. Do you think that modern distractions, social media, stress, make people lose connection with their internal guidance system?
This is the world today, right? I'm grateful to be where we are today because there's so much great things that we can use as a tool, but it also can take over us if we don't know how to take the control back for ourselves.
Mm, so
Social
true.
media, um, television, the words, everything outside of you is taking over your mind. And then mind is a very powerful thing that I've learned throughout my journey in my life, and realizing that it it is something will just take me, and I believe in it. So social media can tell you 1,000 things, and it creates confusion so many way as well. So this is why I guess it's really important to have your true self that guides you,
Mm,
because everything outside can be very distraction. And
mm,
now these days
so
we
true.
can even feel overwhelmed with, because there's so many information out there, right, these days, and you don't even know which one is right. But that's the reason why people get confused, overwhelmed, and there's a lot of thing even for kids this day I've watched. They just follow because that's everything is just open these days. People don't listen, they see from it and they learn from it and they do it. So it's like s- social media is very can be very great tools to use, but also can be very destructive if we don't know how to balance it out and
Mm.
knowing what's real and what's not.
It's mean for summary of this question is we really need to be careful what kind of information we use, right? And
Yeah,
because yeah, they
sometimes
said
very
we are living
confusing.
in very too much information, which most information can destroy us, not help us. That's why we need to be careful, connect with, as you said, that mind GPS to support us, what is right for us, and respectful for to others.
Yeah, and also I guess this can be when we look so much at the outside, we start to, let me give you an example, like a simple comparison that we start to, oh, someone is doing much better than me. So I start to pull myself down, and then I start to like see myself small, and then I started to like, maybe have a negative emotions, like
Mm,
jealous. So that's not all the good stuff. It's a good if you know how to channel it to positive way. But the thing is, that's when I come in and teach people how they can really turn that up and switching the internal system, because your internal system is really how drive you in your life. Because knowing it or not, subconscious is 95% that runs
mm,
our like life, in what you think, what you feel, what you be, what you do, even what in you believe, because that is the software or the programs that we did not realize that has been installed in ourselves. And that is something that we need to be conscious on what we take in and see really, is this right or wrong. You really use the
very good.
discernment.
Mm,
So that's why again, this my GPS is just, it's all about coming back to yourself, because thousands of
Mm,
information. Is this right thing for you or not? So
very good question. Yeah.
yeah.
That's very good. What are some daily practice or mental habits people can use to tune into their own mind GPS?
Hmm. Every day when we wake up, we just open our eyes. And I guess these days, a phone, even I use it a lot for myself. How to tune back in, because you have all information that comes in, not only from your eyes, from your ears, from your energy environment that always comes in. The thing is, what I do for myself is normally I will just shut everything down for a bit. This is where what I call a
Mm,
presence, where you stop everything outside. Um, you just tune with yourself for a bit, take a breath, start to center and grounding yourself from, whatever you are doing. And that is where you start to see and listen to yourself, because there's nothing else that you will listen, because you only listen to yourself at that moment. So that is really something I do for myself. And I guess because they say our like brain is going fast, social media is going fast, our attention span is just quick, because not only people taking it, but the life has taken everything from us, and that is taking all the energy out. So for example, why people do meditation or why people do praying, because they shut everything out from the outside and they focus in, themselves, connecting to God, whoever they believe
mm,
in. That is
mm,
where you're finding yourself again, and
mm,
you're finding that inner peace that we have been missing, because we
mm,
only go go go. But when you stop, and some people guilty by stop having a little bit of rest, and I have asked a lot of people with that question. So again, it's just, stop for a bit, like even stop for a day, for a week. That is where you tune back to yourself and you start to reset and recalibrate, and then realign everything back. And that is when you start to, come back to presence and really connect to yourself and shut down everything out. But that practice, everyone's is different. So a
mm,
quick
true.
one that I do, like I said, is just closing your eyes and let everything go for a bit and just breathe. It's just doing your conscious breathing 10 times. It will just, change right away.
Yeah, very, very wisely advised. Yeah, this one I'm also practice now for a while about that. Yeah, how to switch off everything, as Bruce Lee said, make empty bucket, empty glass, and then every time to refresh new day. And yeah, follow with your start with that. Try when you switch off, just focus on breathe. That's why I found it out also myself. That can calm me down and come present. And as you said, yeah, everyone needs to find themselves that the way how it's helped them. That's very good. What we
Let me
go
share a little
next
bit
is
about that before we continue to the next question. So, um, sometimes we talk about it just, how only intuition, but let me tell you a little bit of how the body works, because we have our nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic, and most of us living and breathing through sympathetic. That's where the stress modes comes in. So when you turn that on, because the like I always says, the remote control is within you. It's not out there, it's just within you. So when you
mm,
just switch off from everything outside and just breathe, and you start to regulate yourself back, and that start to switch your nervous system from sympathetic modes, which is that stress, that go go go, and that run mode. You start to calm yourself back, and that is how the body system works. A little bit of how do I say, in scientific, so people understand, not only in just, what did they mean, like just by switch off, but a little bit of backup. And science has proved a lot of this, being mindful. So just to add that up, its effect on our mind and body, by switching that up, and your body start to not feel the tension and start to soften, and you start to able to turns on your clarity and your creativity back on. So it's really important. We can talk about more of that, but let's go for the next question.
Exactly that. Let leave for the next interview. Yeah. Example. Let's say if someone feels completely stuck or confused, what's the first step they can take to start finding clarity?
Oh, I love this
Can,
question.
can you share a story of someone who used techniques of transform their life like that?
Let's go with the question first. The first about the clarity. Like about the stock. Like again, when we have too much information these days, we can easily be stuck, or even not knowing ourselves. I think that we can easily be stuck because we keep like trying to look things out, and that's when people don't know to make a decision, know what they want, knowing who they are, knowing what they want to do. So it's really, clarity is about knowing the what you want to do, and that never comes with just thinking part. For me, I'm learning this in very hard way, and I'm still learning. Clarity comes from when you bring in your heart, start to follow, and just taking the action. The clarity will become like clearer and clearer. But again, don't just go random, but also just, if you're really stuck, just pause, simply be, allow yourself to feel where you are, where you at, because once you notice that awareness, because you cannot change what you cannot see. So stay
That's
where you
deep.
are, see everything, notice what you need to notice, breathe, just allow yourself, everyone has different, it's a different situation, a different direction. Again, just stop for a while, and then, breathe and ask the question, what do you really need for now? What do you really need to see for now? And that will help you to not get the answer right away, but to get a moment to clear things down from the like stuck thinking or whatever it is. And then that's where you start to, okay, now you start to clear the space. I can go a little bit next step, just one next steps, and you start to see clearer once you take the action or move and doing something. Because a lot of, like, even myself, that's why I talk a lot about mind, because we're stuck in our head, right? Because our head is just protecting us, and our head is just wants us to be safe. That's what brains do. It teach you, it's been taught to survive, but never taught to, be in happiness, to be in success, to be in thriving. So I guess, again, coming back to it, ask yourself what you need to see for yourself now, and then breathe. Just allow yourself to follow that.
Thank you, Amie, for that really deep, really powerful advice. That haven't helps to me. You open me some good new directions. Thank you, and I strongly believe also our listeners, they will find a lot of good guides from your wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you.
What
That's why
we say
I'm so
about
passionate.
that? Pardon?
That's why I'm so passionate to share with people.
Yes, we can feel, we can hear from you, from your sound that you're doing with the passion. Yes. Example, can you share a story of someone who used your techniques to transform their life?
I have helped many people's, but I think I'll give just three for you to see and the audience to see. You know, I have one person, a lady who wanting to make a business, but coming to new country and not seeing that I can do it. I don't have like the certification and thing. It's all about like the way we think. Like I said, coming back to it, you think that you cannot do it, and I think after a couple of months of coaching session, she started to live her dream life and started to build a passion business, because that thinking part already shifted, because sometimes the mind that we think only what we know, right? And then I have
Mm.
another one who actually wanting to become a musician. She had a dream to travel in Japan, and right after 5 months, we had a session, and I checked with her back, and then we did some visualization work. Um, and after I check in with her back 5 months, she said, I'm in Japan. So that's really, and even through our coaching session, she stood on the stage to start thriving and, really, becoming and embodying, start practicing on stage. So it's such a great thing. It's not because we think that we want to go and, become a greatest musician right away, right? But the thing is, the start of doing it is really important, because we never believe in it. We never see in it.
Mm.
So that
Mm.
second one. So she stood on the stage, singing in front of audience, because she always says that I want to sing in front of people, but she never did. And then that happened. She stood on the stage, and then she travels to Japan. And I have another client, the third one, I'm going to give you example is, she have a massive trauma experience in life, a big one, and it has effects to the surrounding, how the herself triggered by environment, and haven't been talking to like family for a long time, because they holding anger like inside of herself. So when that happened, we shift a little bit of the feeling, because like I said, it's all about internal system. And that internal system, even one of it is the emotion part. When you hold so much maybe anger, resentment, guilt, whatever it is, for her is like she just feel anger because she was not supported when things happen, and it breaks them up for the whole family. And after this coaching session, I think within just 6 weeks actually, and then the couple, I think 2 months later, she traveled back, and said she met her mom for after a long time, like never met her mom. And then for the family that she had a fight, the relationship back right away, and she doesn't hold that emotion anymore, but she's sending with so much love and not triggered or reacted by it. So and she started finding a purpose, because
Mm.
she knows what she wants to do in her life. So that's only I'll share only three. There's more to share, but
Mm.
we have more
Please.
things to share.
Mm. Thank you for sharing with us those transformations which you made to people. Yeah, let's go and connect deeper with our friends on the other side. The next question is: Have you ever ignored your inner GPS? And what did you learn from that experience?
Hmm.
Interesting
I
question.
actually never like I never listened to it before. Because because we don't know how to listen to it, right? We thought of like just logical go this way, because if you get a job you find the money, because the end goal is what you see. So I've lost myself in my life, like I said, throughout the journey of not being able to do something I love, rather than just to coming from a cultural um, community, family. It's different thinking. It's not that they wrong, but it's just because of they know what they know, and they want the best for us. For example, I wanted to do a study in multimedia, and I wanted to become a sports athlete when I was young, but
Mm,
my parents said there's no future for you in it, because you gotta be in the office to have a good future. So I listened to it, and I just lost along the way, because I've listened to what they want me to do. And then I just find a job later and doing something because of money, not because what I love. And then later, when I found that I've lost again and again, and bankruptcy things happen. And that's when I realized that actually my heart is always telling me something. Even the dreams telling me some things,
mm,
but I never listen to it. The vision I see is never wrong. So I started to listen my inner system. Like if I have a dream, I wonder, like, how can I be that? I don't know how, but I follow through it. So if you ask the question, for most of my life, I've never listened to my um, inner GPS, and I allow someone else is driving me. So I started to listen to myself, where that's my inner GPS, and I follow through it. So for most of time, I never listen. Even till today, sometimes we're busy with life, distracted and everything. Again, when I start to centering myself, grounding myself, coming back to myself, that's where I listen to the inner GPS that tells me, like, hey, you need to stop. You've been doing too much, and your body just tells you, and you just keep
mm.
going. You need to slow down. So give yourself a time, or maybe you've been self-doubting for a while. Like, why you keep playing this story? So all of those things. So when I listen to it now, I started to see. And most of time before, I never know how to listen to it, and sometimes I forget about it.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing with us that things. What is example other role does self-love of forgiveness play in really relieving our life direction?
I think self-love is such a big thing, because like I said, we have been doing things for people, or for things in life, for success. There's nothing wrong with it. But the question is, are you coming from a space of you wanting to do it, or you have to do it, or you love to do it? So it's really a choice, where you want to be and what you want to do. Um, and that is where you start to, find that direction again, and following it through. So never wrong, and just go and do it. And I
That can
think,
be.
hmm, am I answering your question? I think I'm a little bit
Yeah.
lost.
Of course you are. I'm just waiting if you have some more to share. But if it's that's of course you did. You're doing very nicely, clearly answering on question. I
Yeah.
strongly believe that our listeners, they will get so much information from that.
Because you
Yeah.
know what, my brain is keep going and fasting, like fast driving. Sometimes I get lost easily. I found that I need to center myself again and again and again. So I guess because the world is they like it's just stimulates you with a lot of things and just and
Mm,
I found myself very very different from people. That's where I started to see, oh, I am who I am. I need to learn about myself.
mm,
My brain is really fast. I call my brain is like Ferrari brain because it's really fast sometimes to catch up. I can shift it like within a second. Just even the question that you just gave me, I was like, "Am I answering to the question? What's the question just now?" I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So, um, that's why I'm really coming back to myself because it's easily lost and disconnected. So I hope I answered that question because I lost a little bit from that question. If not, just throw me back the question. I'll come back to it.
you're answering very well, Amy. Thank you very much. What we'll ask the next question is, if your heart could speak directly to our listeners today, what message would you share?
Because I am really sharing my message for people to trust and follow your GPS, your minded GPS. Mind GPS really it's your personalized roadmap, personalized direction, your like yourself. So it's really my my saying to you is really follow that mind GPS that is true to yourself, true to your direction, because that never go wrong. As long as you are not hurting people, you are
Mm,
helping people. First, you helping yourself first before you help others, and that's
mm,
where everything will start to follow.
that's so nice to say. Yeah. Thank you, Amy, to reminding us what's that. Amy, what's one line of wisdom that guides you every day?
Like I said, it's about the GPS. Really guiding me is the G. How can I grow myself every single day to be at my best version of myself? P for presence. How can I show up for myself, love myself? As simple
Mm,
as JKL, something that I share in my book. Love yourself. JKL, just be
mm,
yourself, learn who you are, and love yourself, knowing who you are. So, and then that's where you started to really do things and, connect back to you. Um, and then the S is all about self because self is you are connecting back to you. Once you know yourself, you know what you're doing, nothing else
mm,
matters because that's your true soul core being. Because it tells you to do, hey, go to this direction. There's something you'll find here and to learn, to share with others, to experience, live the life, not just, surviving in life, go to your job, come back home, eat, sleep, back routine again and again. So it's just, trust that GPS, how you can grow yourself in your true direction, be present to yourself, to others, love yourself, and self. Make sure it's your line of direction and it's yourself.
that's very nice. Yeah, it's as you say, everything comes in ourselves, and then you share that out.
Yeah, it's all
Very
about
nice.
ourselves. It's not being selfish.
No, no, no.
It's about being self-love, and selfish is
Mm,
never wrong because the meaning we give or how we treating it to, you know, because we can be people pleasing. So, sometimes you gotta, think, am I being selfish and forget someone else? Or am I just, giving myself what I need because I cannot give myself to others if I'm empty? So, yeah, really tune to it, tune to that and just follow to it. That's what I do for myself anyway. And I'm sharing this for people to, follow themselves, coming back to themselves, remember who they are before the world
mm,
tell them that, even before maybe the parents, maybe the community, the society, uh, because I believe people come in this world with a purest heart, but it's just because of they get hurt, they will hurt
mm,
other people back. So when we heard about the hurt people, this is where we come back in. How can we love people by love ourselves first? And that's sharing to others. When we heal ourselves, grow ourselves, be the best version of ourselves, you don't need to tell the world. You just be you because people see you and people
mm.
will follow you.
And the most important, people will feel you, correct?
Yes,
That
we are
energy, spirit.
yeah, we are the vibration energy.
Mm,
That's when what I share as well in presence, because your energy is contagious. Your emotions share and can affect the whole room, even what's not even being spoken. So, for example, if someone angry just walk into the room, and that changed the whole environment, that changed the whole people around them. That's energy is speaking without the words is being said or action has been taken. But from energy of that, if you say a word or do things, I think that would be very, very bad. Because people don't know how to control it, I guess, unless they know how to navigate that. Because that is where once you aware with yourself, what happens inside of you, okay, because we are human at the end of the day, right? We get angry, we get sad, we get like frustrated, we get distracted. But once you're aware where you are with that, "Oh, I'm sad today," and then you start to navigate back, recalibrate yourself, how you can lift yourself back up. And then that is where you carry presence and share with others and impacting one family, one team, one organization, one community, one humanity, one world. So that's how one person can create a ripple effects from the internal system.
yeah, yeah. As it said, yeah, we came here, you said very well, with pure heart, with pure spirit, but the environment create us later on. That's why our bigger challenge is to study, to mastering all those difficult things, and the same time to discovering self. That, yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, never wrong though. Like because what have shaped us before is a story that you receive, a journey that you are in to create a new meaning that you are creating to create next generation or giving to others, right? Because you can just take it as a victim, or you can take it as, this is something that I don't want to bring to the world. Because that pain is actually a purpose for you to create for yourself, becoming from the experience and share with others. The world is just constant evolving, um, to create something. It's all about, because it's growing every single day. Everything is growing. The plants, the human, the animals, the day. It's keep moving. So that's all. Like, be your best version. Live your best
Mm,
self. Treat yourself well. knowing that we don't have all of the information, just, I guess, be with the right person around you, because your circle is really grow you or push you down.
Full stop. That's so true, Amie. So true. I'm with you with those words. Yes. Amie, where can people find your book and follow your journey? Because I already mentioned from beginning that you author of the Mind GPS book, or if you have some social platform that people like to connect with you to have deeper conversation or get some coaching, because we know that you do also some coaching, right?
Yep.
People, I think that they will be hungry to find you and asking you more to support them on them journey. Can you share with us a
Okay.
little bit?
So you can find me easily in social media like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, also my website. It's all just find me Amie Radzi, AMIE RADZI. And yes, I have a book that I have launched before, and like in five last month, and I've sold out for the first run books. So we're going to print more and have more. We'll have special promotion. Everything will be, sharing in my social media. And also I do coaching as well, where I help people with, the struggles from the internal. Like, for example, I used to want to be coach, speaker, build a business, but everything is just holding me back because of my internal system. So how can you know who you are? Finding your passion is just basically we go and dive in back into yourself. It's all about yourself, knowing your story, knowing your gift, and even your pain or your weakness is all a great things. It's a gift. So how you can build the confidence, how you can build your voice, it's all in you. It's already in you. It's just you need to remember. You just need to become every single day. Yeah, and that's my one of coaching program. And I also develop a tea to help people to calm the inner state of being. And so much more. So you just find me in social media, chat with me. I love to connect with people because I learn a lot from people, have a conversation. And if something that I can help you with to help you to thrive in your life, reach me out.
Yes, we will, Amie, because you are really amazing. The way how you went through and what you discovered and mastered, and you sharing now with us. Yes, yes. Thank you, Amie, very much for all those
Thank you
wisdom
so
about
much.
Mind GPS.
Thank you for having me here, Robert. Thank you for allowing me to share my gift to others. And, we are in this journey to leave others. So I'm so happy that you are doing this podcast and raise more voices to help people more out there who wants to listen to make themselves better and to make world in better place. So thank you for having me here. I'm so honored, especially being the first guest. It's such an honor for me, and I'm grateful for it.
Amie, with pleasure. That's what I said to you last time, face to face, that I felt that you are my first special guest to open my post podcast journey, and that's why I've been waiting so long to open
One,
my journey, because you have that special things which people needs, and yeah, we are part of that. And thanks very much. And for everyone who listening this interview, yeah, reach Amie Radzi to go deeper and she will support you. And of course, stay with us. And we go deeper and more informations in the future. Amie, I will say again, thank you very much. Stay blessed and enjoy the journey. And thank you to sharing your knowledge, wisdom to other people, to support them to becoming better and improving themselves on them journey. That's how they said we are. We learn and then we share, give back. Thank you again,
Yeah.
Amie.
Thank you so much.
Here we are, my dear friends. As I said, that is my first podcast, which we are not here professionally like others, but mine podcast is more attention about having people who has that uniqueness journey which they went through and they mastered, and now they're enjoying and living life the way who they wanted, and they are happy. And that is my meaning of the podcast, as I said, to interview those people, to sharing with us, to supporting us. And that can be the first. And thank you very much to listen us, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and enjoy. And if you like that interview and podcast, don't forget to share with other people, because people needs us to support each other. Enjoy the journey, stay blessed, and see you on the next chapter. Bye for now.